It is Tuesday, October 24th. Bad news, you're not in class. Good news, you know where to go for a review and to get some help. So what we're looking at today is 2.2.5 in your ebooks, and this is Chapter 2, How Big is Part of a Part? Our learning targets for today, we will review multiplication of positive rational numbers. We will represent fractional parts with diagrams and multiply positive fractions, decimals, and percents. Boom. So the success criteria is, can you do this? Can you recreate Cecil's dance, which we're going to talk about, and can you use an area tool to multiply proportions? So when you come in, the first thing we're going to do is do probably 8 minutes of fast bridge warm-up. We have our puzzles. We have blue, green, white, and red. And then they're going to recycle back to round 2 of blue, green, white, and red. Okay. After that, we're going to go to our ebooks. We are number 2. And we're going to look for the problems 279 through 284. There we go. So we're looking in 2.2.4. I'll move that over so you can see it. Oh, Mr. Johnson, what did you do here? There we go, 2.2.4, you can see over here, and we're looking at this homework. So we're just going to set the clock for like 12 minutes and as much homework as your group can get done in that time. Beautiful. This one says find the value of each following expressions. Use a tile diagram or a number line to help you if you need it. Or you can go to your homework help. And then in 280, use the distributive property to rewrite each of the following products of the sums and then calculate. So they said 4 times 307 is the same as 4 times 300 plus 4 times 7, or 1200 plus 28, or 1228. So they wanted to see if you could do the same thing with 9 times 410 and 6 times 592. If you got through that one, copy and complete each of the diamond puzzles. Remember, we have x, y here. Down here, we have x plus y, and up here, we have x times y. Okay. Then complete these fraction, decimal, and percent with the word or picture in the middle. This one says, Camille had a very fun birthday party with lots of friends and family attending. The party lasted for 3 hours. She and her friends played games for 3/8 of the time, ate pizza and cake for 50% of the time, and spent the remainder of the time opening presents. Draw a diagram and make calculations to show the amount of time spent opening presents. Hey, here's some homework help. Boom, boom, boom. If it opens up. There we go. Oh yeah, remember this? Yep, she's breaking that one up into equivalent fractions. So you can check there. 284. Jonna measured the heights of the sunflowers. Here are the heights that she found in inches. That long list. Find the median and mean. And then create a histogram. If you need help, you can go to homework help. Or this one has an e-tool in it. That's cool. All right. So after that is done, we're going to talk about how big is part of a part. So we're going to go to 2.2.5. And in 2.2.5, we're going to read this. Cecil has just created a spectacular routine. A routine is a sequence of moves to get from start to finish. His routine has 2 parts. The first part consists of a series of created leaps followed by a somersault. The first part ends with Cecil's doing an elaborate bow while balancing on one toe, and then he moves into the second part of the routine, which includes several back flips and spins. And when performed perfectly, the routine moves Cecil exactly to the other end of the tightrope. The routine can be represented by the following expressions. First, 3 times 2 plus 3 times 3 plus a negative 5 plus 4. Then he pauses, takes a bow, and then part 2. 5. And then he moves 3. And then he moves 4 groups of 1 forward, 1 back. And then a negative 3, then a negative 5, then 3 groups of 5 forward, 2 back, and then 1. And then work with your team, get a big sheet of paper, markers, to draw an accurate diagram drawn to scale to represent Cecil's routine, and then answer the following questions. How long is Cecil's tightrope? How far from the starting point is Cecil when he takes his bow after part 1? How long is the tightrope? Okay, what portion of the tightrope length does Cecil travel in each part of the routine? And Cecil only completed 2/3 of his routine when a rather violent sneeze caused him to fall. How far from the starting point was Cecil when he sneezed and fell? So we're going to be working with those in your group, and then we're going to come back together and we're going to share some of our ideas about this. Then at the end of the class, we're going to have groups model that actual dance. If we get that far, we're going to go on to 286. And then on 286, what we want to do is create an area model. So the first thing we want to do for success criteria is, can you recreate Cecil's dance? Then the second is, can you use an area model to multiply proportions? So what does that mean? That means this. Garden Road Middle School is planning a field trip for students to attend a conference about careers in mathematics. Half of the students signed up to go on the field trip, but only 3/4 of those students brought back their permission slip. So half, and then 3/4 of a half. Explore what fraction of students in the school will be able to go on the trip. Then discuss this with your team. You have to know how many students go to Garden Road Middle School to be able to answer this. Why or why not? And once you have reached an agreement on this issue, ask your teacher for this page. And it says draw 8 identical rectangles on a sheet of paper. Then follow the steps below. Okay. So they want these, and you're going to make those into 8. And then we're going to cut those in half. How does that sound? Okay. If we get done with that, we're going to move on to 287, 288, and 289. I don't know if we're going to get past those or not. That looks like a lot of work. And then we're going to talk about modeling rectangles. 5/8. What's a half of 5/8? Okay, can we draw that out on our unit rectangles? Joe loves carnations. He wants 50% to be planted with carnations and 1/3 of the carnations to be red. So what is 1/3 of 1/2? Can we figure that out? And then these down here. It says write an equation that represents the darkly shaded portion in sentence that describes the section. This looks like half of the school is girls, 3/4, 3/4 return their permission slips. Half of the parking lot is trucks. 1/4 of the trucks are white. Take a look at those and see if you can write an equation that represents the dark section, the dark section, the dark section, the dark section, and the dark section. Okay? So if we get that far, that's going to wrap it up for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to start from where we left off. The closure for today is we're going to see if any groups can show us how to do Cecil's dance. All right, friends. And it's a Donut Friday. So Donut Friday is this. Between your points for Tuesday and your points for Wednesday and your points for Thursday, you have to be at 12 points. Remember, you get 5 points a day. And if you have a total of 12 by Friday, it's Donut Friday for you. Sound good? All right. I hope you're well. Hope you have a great Tuesday. And we miss you, and we hope that we see you on Wednesday. All right, friends.